I need your help. Oh, that does not sound good. Something is rattling. So this is my 2010 Alfa Romeo Giulietta QV. It's the 1750 TBI engine. So I bought this off a Facebook Marketplace and I bought this for £1,800, but it did have a coolant issue. It's time to show you a few things that I've been doing since the last video on this car. And yeah, buckle up, it's been quite a journey. So in the original video, we diagnosed that we had a head gasket issue. So that involved getting the cylinder head completely off and rectifying that. Cleaning stuff along the way, new gaskets, new sealants, and of course getting the head cleaned and refurbished. When driving the car home, it ran really rough when it was warm, which I didn't obviously feel or hear at the time of just checking the car over. But at the same time, I had a low oil warning pressure light come on. I rectified this with a new sump pickup pipe flange. And of course, rebuilding, I had to do a little bit of extra. So new air intake system to give it some extra noise and a res delete to give it some better exhaust notes. The car was now back up and running, but the exhaust cam variators were really noisy still, and the car, when warm, was still running rough. However, it is now time to give it a road test, and then we'll come and address those variators at another point. Let's just make sure everything else is okay. And we have an engine management light on. Oh, gutted. Come on, Alfa. It is not fixed just yet. Right, back to the unit, plug in the scanner, see what's gone wrong. It does not sound healthy. Oh, that does not sound good. Something is rattling. What has happened? Still have tension on the belt. Auxiliary tensioner is still tensioned. What the hell is that noise? It sounds horrific. Okay, so something rotational, and I hate to say it, sounds like it's coming from inside. So it looks like the manifold's gonna have to come off, or at least try and get in to view the turbo. So I get the intake off first and look that side of the impeller, but it sounds more like the manifold side. Clearly something wasn't happy. It's a high mileage car, I guess. No signs of a turbo replacement at 100,000 odd miles. That big boot the other day, giving it full load, maybe something just wasn't happy, it was on its way out, I do not know. It did have a fault code for like the wastegate stuck open. So I've managed to get the cat off of the downpipe, and now I'm up in here, I can see oil leaks along the side here. So this has been failing slowly. I'm now at the exhaust turbine housing side, and that is the impeller in there, and I can get my fingers in there, and this should just spin smoothly and have no play. Unfortunately, it's absolutely destroyed itself. That is a brand new revised oil feed pipe on there. I should have looked under here before, but yeah, that looks like that's had a slow weep of oil coming from the center of that turbo for quite a while. I think it is pure coincidence. I mean, a brand new revised feed pipe. I took the plastic covers off it, the banjos are there. I haven't starved it of oil. I think, unfortunately, this was a ticking time bomb. And yeah, once again, unfortunately, I think with this car, it's had so many numerous issues with probably oil quality, oil quantity as well, because I don't think this has been run with a lot of oil in it at some point in its life. And unfortunately, that test drive the other day, when I finally loaded up the car, I think that was the nail in the coffin there by the looks of it. So the turbo is off of the car. Here we are. I didn't film it, just wanted to get into it and then get it on the bench to show you what I found. It's now more prominent to see the oil leak that has been happening around the back side of the turbo. The one coolant passageway, which is here, there is a lot of that sludge and slime of that head gasket sealant. And this is the new oil feed pipe that I fitted, genuine Alfa Romeo, the revised part. This one doesn't have the gauze in it, which can get blocked up from poor oil grade and then starving the turbo, basically a lubrication. I have rechecked the hose. It is clean and clear, and the passageway is allowing oil through. This is the intake side. So there's the turbine, and you can see on the left-hand side, well, it actually goes all the way around, but the torch is picking it up. A pretty damn obvious mark where the turbine's been scraping on the housing. So let's put some pliers on the end of the impeller, and I'll just show you the movement because it's bad. And this is the exhaust side of the housing. So it's got to be the bearing failure in the centre, and it's basically now just absolutely knackered. Once again, this 4-leaf clover Alfa Romeo Giulietta is... So whilst I looked into the turbo, whether I was going to replace it or get it remanufactured, I needed to start taking apart the engine again to get the variators off the car. Now the original ones are bloody expensive, so I needed to do some digging, and luckily I found an alternative. So the original one was £580 brand new, delivered to my door in England. So Mehenka are a small company in Poland, in-house machining. Their cost must be a little bit lower, and they're obviously not putting up a big markup on cost. So this was, to my door with import duty, £425 I think it was. So instantly a good amount of saving. This is made out of almost a whole piece of billet, I'm guessing. Obviously the back there is bolted up nicely, and they look far better as well. I mean, who doesn't love nice shiny bits? Every one of these, before it leaves the factory where they make them, is tested with oil, making sure it all works seamlessly. So that means I've now got an inlet and an exhaust variator for 425 quid. So I am hoping this should now be the final fix to my Alfa Romeo. Fingers crossed. I will of course leave a link in the description below to the company. Please check them out. You never know, you could have a car that has variable valve timing. Could be a BMW. Most modern cars now are running some sort of variable valve timing. Have a look, you never know. Absolutely awesome service. I got it delivered in just over 24 hours from Poland to my doorstep, which is mental. Let's get them on, get this all back together for that startup. So my best option for the turbo was to get it remanufactured. Midland's Turbo sorted this out for me. Over 500 quid, but a brand new core and assembly. My original manifold, but everything cleaned up and tested. So it was ready to have the pipes put back on and fitted to the car. And of course, before we started the car, brand new oil and filter again. And also plugs were disconnected, cranked it over to gain oil pressure before connecting it up to give it the proper first start. Come on Alfa Romeo, please run smoothly now. So we have no engine management light on, which is good, and the car is sounding good. A little bit smoky, I've just turned it off. I'm sure it's just oil residue and bits and pieces burning off. Now it's got hot, but I am going to just lift it up and make sure nothing's dripping, because there is the oil feed line behind there and a coolant one. So I just want to make sure everything is good. So this car normally behaves perfectly fine until it gets hot. So far, absolutely fine. No engine management lights on. The intake on this thing is ridiculous. It is so loud, and it gives a massive dump off surge, off throttle as well. I definitely wanted more character, and it has not failed on that. Changing the mode to the dynamic is quite a difference actually. The throttle response is far better. In the normal N mode, it is very relaxed and very civilized. But yeah, definitely with that dynamic mode, it just makes it feel a little bit sharper straight away, how this car should react. I'm gonna put the window down. Now I'm in a little village, and then when I get out the other side of it, I'll give it a bit of boost, and hopefully you can hear the intake. We are up to 90 degrees, so bang on the temperature, and so far, idling spot on. Almost sounds like a diesel. God, it really does pull well. So this will be it now. I'm stopping at a red light. The car is nice and warm. This is normally when it tends to play up. Now, I hope it doesn't, but before, when I've come to a stop, it normally plays up. Here we go. Oh my God, it is doing it. It's fucking doing it. You cannot make it up. I am seriously running out of patience with this car now. What the hell is wrong with it? Yeah, I have to keep the idle up, otherwise it drops into the lumpiness. It can't be coil related, I'm sure it can't, because I understand obviously when it's hot, you'd expect your coil to break down, and particularly under load. The fact that this just starts to run rough when it's on idle basically, and driving normally now, it isn't spluttering about. So over the next couple of weeks, did quite a lot of head scratching, the 2 camshaft and the crank sensor. All 3 were replaced in case there was a correlation issue, one sensor or multiple sensors breaking down when they were getting warm and causing the rough running. I also then went to Facebook on multiple forums, and a lot of people suggested injectors. So I then had the inlet manifold off again, the injector sent away for cleaning, ultrasonic bath. They were then pulsed at different settings and it all came back absolutely fine. That's another job ticked off. All the baskets were replaced and the little filters, and they came back looking like brand new. Oil pressure was checked, cold and warm, idling and held at RPM, and from the figures I can find online, they are within specification. I also did an engine flush, and I've also then checked the oil filter housing for the oil pressure relief valve. Everything looks okay. Another thing mentioned was the PCV valve. I replaced the actual diaphragm in the top cap, and then I also had the whole oil segregator top piece off because someone suggested that one of the little black plastic bits can break away, cause issues. I've checked mine, absolutely fine. So it's worth noting, since doing all of that stuff, math sensors, map sensors, all the boost pipes have been cleaned out. Any sensor that I can find, I've kind of been disconnecting, having a look at, cleaning. And also I've had the throttle body off, cleaned that, had a look at that. I am really stumped for ideas now on this car. So I'm now at a point where this car, total spend wise, has cost me more than what it's actually worth in the open market. These Giuliettas don't go for much money anyhow. If they're running okay, they are quite a bargain, but as we are aware, it is a massive gamble with these Alfa Romeos. So I'm genuinely at a point now where, do I end up breaking it for parts? It's got a new reconditioned turbo on it. Some of the interior will sell and earn me a bit of money back, and then the rolling shell I can get rid of to the scrap man. However, with the amount of time and effort I've invested in this, it just doesn't feel right to do that. My heart says not to do it, but does my head take over at this point? Sometimes having opinions and thinking from other people outside of it definitely can help in scenarios like this, because I've just been head down, burrowed, trying to sort this out. And like I say, I've got nowhere really. I've now thought about the ECU. Is there an issue with that? Or is there a sensor playing up, or a resistance issue in some wiring when it's warm? It just seems weird. Obviously the ECU controls the solenoids, and then oil pressure is used to control variable valve timing as far as I'm aware. It is a really good looking car. I think the front end of this does look spot on, and anytime you're not on idle, it does drive really well, to be fair. I do now think though I'm at this point where I'm going to have to take it to an Alfa Romeo specialist. If anyone has any recommendations, I have had a quick look on Google, but I need someone who's going to spend a couple of hours diagnosis, and yeah, give me an honest opinion of where they think I need to go, or they may be able to find and fix it pretty easily. Has the car been mapped? I'm not sure about that, so maybe I need to reach out to my friend Chris at Performance Remap. Maybe he can have a look at it. If you have any ideas at all, you might not have a Giulietta, but you may have a car in the past or currently that has done something similar, drop a message in the comments below. I'm willing to investigate and try anything out at this point. And I think that is going to end the video right there. I appreciate you watching this video. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for coming across me. If you drop a subscribe, that would be mint. If you're an existing subscriber, hello again. Sorry it has been so long. I will try to improve this, I promise. Let's get this Alfa Romeo fixed, finally sorted, ready for springtime so I can go out and enjoy it. As always, take care. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.